Hey everyone, it's episode 4 of Caring Counts, where we talk about service, social empathy, and the power of caring. There's something really cool about this vlog I'm finding is that I kind of can do anything. I've left it open. So what I'm going to talk about today is something that happened through connections on Snapchat, how it took me to an amazing local chef here in Nova Scotia that's actually one of the best in Canada. He's going to tell us a little about being a chef, some inspiration that definitely transcends not just the restaurant and hospitality and cooking life, but you can kind of take things from it for the entrepreneurial world as well. Let me tell you how this all came about. There's this guy named Bill Flannery, and he's a rep for Boucher Hep. And what that company does is it provides flatware like plates, utensils for restaurants. So on Snapchat, which I think is amazing, is that he's using it to connect and not sell his product. So Bill and Aaron came up with this idea that they're going to send a bowl and a spoon to a group of people that would then go in their area to promote a restaurant, promote a chef, do something fun with it, and eat soup out of this bowl and this spoon from that restaurant. So as it started as a group of 10 people, grew to 16, and now it's growing, and it's going to be, people are going to be bowling it forward. I'm still trying to figure out who I'm sending mine to. Be prepared. You might be getting a bowl to tell your story. Thank you to Bearman for sending me the bowl and spoon, because if he didn't, I wouldn't be involved. An interesting addition happened as well. Katie Miller, who is all about feeding the homeless, has a hashtag called Hunger Has a Face. And if you search that hashtag on Twitter and Instagram, you'll see lots of alarming stats about homelessness and hunger specifically. So we tied that into it as well. 795 million people in the world don't have enough food to lead normal, healthy lives. That's 1 in 9 people. Crazy. So that's the lead up to the story that I'm going to send you to right now. It's going to show a little bit of my story on Snapchat, how I got to the restaurant at Battery Park here in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, and then it'll lead into a conversation with Mark. Thank you to Bill, thank you to Boucher Hep, and to Katie Miller, to Amanda. There's so many people I want to thank, but I can't, because I don't want this to be a 45-minute vlog. I want it to be nice and compact, and I hope you enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes my bowl story. Here we are, Battery Park. North Brewing is the beer. Let's do this. Oh, looks like Chef is coming to take the bowl. Dun, dun, dun. What is this soup?
So basically I wanted to bring a little bit of spring into this long winter for you. It is snap peas that have been chiffonade, so sliced really thin. There's geranium flowers for a little bit of that almost rose scented. Once the broth gets poured in, it will come out. There's mint, there's pancetta, there's Asiago cheese, there's a little powdered snap peas on the side. It's all dressed in a lemon vinaigrette, and then the soup component of this is a broth made of prosciutto.
Wow. Okay, so because I need to eat this, so I'm going to hand my snap over to you. Can you do it? All right. You gotta hold it. So this was the spoon I was given. So the first bite will be with this spoon. How do you know this is going to taste as great as it does? Like, as a chef, how do you know?
Combination of snap peas, mint.
Signing off for a few there, peeps. I'm going to actually use this as a vlog, so I can do some interviewing, some hard-hitting journalist questions for Mark.
Pretty much the cliche story of your grandmother cooking. That's really like where it all began. She's from Prague, and food is a huge part of that culture. And me and my cousin would always be in the kitchen with her, helping her out wherever we could at a very early age. And at the age of, I think it was about 9, me and my cousin both said that we wanted to be chefs when we grew up. I don't know how much at the time I was, serious about that. Then comes when I was 15 and I needed to get a job, and a restaurant was opening down the road. A friend of mine got me a job and started washing dishes, and I washed dishes there for 2 years. And through washing dishes, I would do breads in the summer, or I'd help prep, or I'd do pizza doughs and things like that, which to me was amazing to be able to take on those responsibilities. The love for it just grew and grew and grew, and since those days I've never been out of a kitchen. Obviously my parents and the owners of this place have been monumentally huge in my success and growing as a person and a chef. But international influences from everywhere. I have a top 5 restaurants that changes every 6 months, and I'm always following what trends in other cities are doing, because it seems like Halifax is the last place those trends get to. So it's kind of a blessing for us because we can see what's happening before it actually happens here. Influences could be so many. I think both is extremely important. You need fundamentals, and you get those in culinary school. You get those from doing your Red Seal, things like that give you that base foundation of knowledge that then you can branch off and you can do. The mother sauces, well then you can do this sauce because you understand where it came from and what it's all about. I myself have a culinary degree or diploma and my Red Seal as well, and I do not regret getting either of those things. They've been super important for me, and I believe that a well-rounded chef has both. That being said, you don't have to. If you've grown up in a restaurant, or you have incredible mentors and chefs that you've been training under for years, and you can learn all of those things as well. I'm definitely not saying that you have to go to school to be a chef, because there's a ton of chefs that didn't and that don't have those. Right? So, I'd say nowadays the biggest thing is to get the papers, because people want to see the paperwork behind you. To get your foot in the door and to gain experience with those chefs, I feel like you have that extra leg up on a person that doesn't have school. Just the unlimited amount of possibilities. You will never learn everything in your lifetime that there is about cooking. Maybe 1%, maybe. So no matter what, every day you can continue to learn, you can continue to educate yourself. It's always moving. It's an industry that's moving very fast all the time. You have to stay current. So it's like the excitement of not doing the same thing 9 to 5 every day. You don't learn anything. I would say that's the best thing. The top 11 chefs from the country that won their respective cities. So it was very intimidating to go into, especially the first time. It was in Kelowna, BC, so it was a new place. I've never been there before. New place, new people, new stores, new everything. So it was a big push out of the comfort zone. We did very, very well. We came in 4th, so 2 points shy of a medal. which is a little hard to swallow, but at the same time, we were super proud of all the dishes that we put out. It was an incredible experience.
Enough about you. Stop talking about yourself, would you?
Okay. It's a reference to Battery Park in New York. The other restaurant, our sister restaurant, Brooklyn Warehouse, across the way. So Battery Park is across the harbor from Brooklyn. Basically, this was an idea that the Peter Burbridge at North Brewing approached George and Leo, and basically wanted to do something over here because he wanted to have a retail shop over here, like he has one in Halifax, and he wanted to have one in Dartmouth. And the original idea was to do something with like Aceboro. That kind of evolved to me wanting to be a part of the project and to do a little bit more in the kitchen. So ultimately we decided to not do the Aceboro thing and to do a new concept. Modeled after beer bars that we've gone to in Toronto and places like that. I think we're the only place in the city that's 100% Nova Scotian taps. So there's 15 taps, all Nova Scotian. We make our own pop. There's a wine on tap. Yeah. We really wanted to encompass the beer bar food side of things as well. So do a food service, snacks, and kind of rustic beer drinking food to go along with the incredible beers that we have. So. And so a year and a half later, here we are. Yeah, be willing to put in the work, the required work, because it's not easy. That's the biggest thing I think I see with kids nowadays is they have a lot of ambition to do it, but when it comes to doing the work, it starts to wear them down, and the follow through is very important to make sure that you get through the days that you don't want to do it. You gotta find a way to push yourself through those days. That could be said to any field, profession or whatever. There's Paul Liebrandt. He's a chef from New York City. He said a chef that doesn't cook is not a happy chef. And I think that does refer to those when you get to a certain point in your career and you sit in an office as a chef and you delegate orders and those kind of things, but you don't actually cook, right? You design a menu and then you give it to somebody else that actually cooks it. For me personally, I have to be cooking. If I sit in an office for a day, I go crazy. So that's always stayed with me.
Conversation is over. Soup is almost over. I don't want it to end though. Don't ever end. Don't ever leave me. So Chef Mark Gray, Battery Park here in Dartmouth. You're gonna hear about him because he's doing big things. Huge heart. That's great soup. Thanks, brother. It's amazing. Amazing. Come to Dartmouth. Come to Battery Park, right? Word.
Be here.